With so many different species, there are snakes of many different sizes, from super tiny snakes like the Barbados thread snake or the Bimini blind snake, to super large snakes, like the reticulated python that can grow up to 30 feet long. But just the fact of being small does not make a snake a good pet. For example, Barbados or the Bimini, even if small, do not make good pet snakes. In fact, you can hardly tell the Barbados is really a snake as it looks a lot more like an earthworm. Number 1. Ringneck Snake, 25 to 38 centimeters. Ringneck snakes are our absolute favorites. On one hand, and even if they are really tiny, they look like a dangerous snake. And in fact, even if they are harmless to humans, they are actually venomous. They have weak venom in their saliva which they use to subdue their prey. Their best distinguishing feature is the characteristic orange necklace which encircles the neck, just behind the head. Aside from this, they are grayish, black or dark brown. They also have a yellow or orange underside. Some will appreciate the fact they don't need to be fed mice. In the wild, their prey ranges from amphibians, lizards and small snakes to salamanders and invertebrates. Number 2. Smooth green snake, 36 to 51 centimeters. Smooth green snakes are good snake pets because of their manageable size and their insect-based diet that, as happens with ringnecks, allows keepers to avoid having to feed them rodents. Having said so, it is important to point out that even if they rarely bite, they experience a lot of stress when handled, so handling should be kept to a minimum. Another consideration is that even if their name denotes they have a smooth, docile character, this is just true for grown in captivity individuals. Unfortunately, most specimens offered for sale are wild-caught animals. Last but not least, and as suggested with ringneck snakes, be sure to check your local wildlife laws before purchasing a smooth green snake. This species receives legal protection in some areas. Number 3. Scarlet Kingsnake, 40 to 50 centimeters. Non-venomous scarlet kingsnakes evolved to mimic the venomous coral snake to scare predators. Cool, right? Though the coloring is the same, the pattern differs between coral and scarlet kingsnakes. Coral snakes have red and yellow bands next to one another, while harmless scarlet kingsnakes have red and black bands next to each other. If threatened, kingsnakes will emit an unpleasant musk and shake their tails. This is another example of Batesian mimicry, this time of a rattlesnake. Number 4. African egg-eating snake, 40 to 75 centimeters. Even if they make good pets as they are very easy to handle, feeding them is challenging. Besides this, they are not easy to get as they are relatively uncommon. They will likely only be found in online classifieds and breeder websites. As its name suggests, they predominantly eat eggs. They have no discernible teeth, opting instead for spurs along its spine, which they use to crack the eggs after swallowing. You will need a reliable source of extra small quail or finch eggs that are preferably fertilized. These eggs can be found in Asian food markets, online, and sometimes bird breeders will provide them. If you can locate their food, these small snakes make lovely pets. Number 5. Rosy Boa, 40 to 75 centimeters. Rosy Boas makes an excellent pet because of their manageable size, nice character and high tolerance to handling. They have a mono-shaped body. The head and tail are blunt. This aids in confusing a predator of which way the head is. Number 6. Ribbon snake, 40 to 90 centimeters. Ribbon snakes are non-venomous and quite shy. Also, they come in many attractive color morphs. These qualities, together with its manageable size, makes them good pet snakes. Avoid overhandling. Even if they are active, docile and reluctant to bite, they are also nervous snakes that don't enjoy being handled. Ribbon snakes are among the most slender garter snakes. Even their heads are narrower than other garter snakes. They have long, thin stripes running down the length of its back. The lateral stripes on these snakes are thought to be very effective in confusing predators. Number 7. Garter snake, 45 to 50 centimeters. Garter snakes are generally gentle and docile in nature, making them a good species of snake to keep as a pet. Garters are delicate snakes and caution must be used when young children are present. Very young kids need to learn to not grab at the snake end, if being allowed to hold one. Need to be taught not to squeeze. Most garter snakes won't bite, however. If feeling threatened, they might spray a musk to ward off danger. There are several garter snake species available, but most are fairly Similar, differing only in terms of pattern and eating habits. Number 8. Kenyan Sand Boa, 50 centimeters. The Kenyan Sand Boa is a great snake that comes in various color morphs including albino, snow, paradox, tiger, striped, etc. They are harmless to humans even if sometimes they do bite. However, their bite is hardly more than a scratch. Number 9. Anthill Python Snake, 50 to 55 centimeters. The Anthill python is the smallest in the world and is named for the fact that wild specimens spend a lot of time in and around termite mounds in Australia. A real beauty, this snake is relatively heavy-bodied and has leopard-like spots along its body. The breeding and availability of Anthill python seems to come in waves. Either there is a lot out there for sale or none at all. If you decide to get one, you may have to wait and catch the wave when it's on its way up. Number 10. Ball python snake, 110–120 centimeters. The ball python snake is the largest of this list, one of America's favorite pet snakes. The ball python combines a manageable size with relaxed temperament and comes in a big variety of exciting color morphs. However, you may face feeding problems with your ball python. Therefore, we suggest you ask for a feeding demonstration to make sure your new snake is readily taking pre-killed prey and eating well.